From Wish TV, your local news source, this is breaking news.
And that breaking news, one person is dead, 3 others injured after a single vehicle crash on the north side. It happened earlier tonight, just before 9 o'clock at the intersection of 52nd and Keystone Avenue.
According to police, the car was heading north on Keystone Avenue when it left the roadway for an unknown reason. They say the car traveled through a gas station parking lot before rolling, landing upside down in the parking lot of the Aldi. As you can see here, police have not released any other information about the person who died, but we are keeping a close watch on it. We'll bring you updates as soon as we get them.
Also happening right now, a traffic alert passed along to you tonight. State police have shut down the westbound lanes of I-70 at the I-65 North split after a report of shots being fired and a crash. According to police, they believe someone fired shots into the air. The crash happened at Fletcher Avenue near the South split. Police have not released any information about injuries in either incident.
Everything helps right now, that's for sure.
Well, after a long summer, downtown Indy getting a big boost with 4 major basketball events this week. Even without fans, businesses are feeling the difference. Now struggling businesses hope this is just the beginning.
Yeah, right now, 2 of the biggest college basketball teams in the country are playing before an empty arena at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Wish TV's Dan Klein joins us now. And Dan, officials hope this is just a sign of things to come.
Yeah, normally Kentucky versus Kansas would be the hottest ticket in town, drawing tens of thousands of rabid fans, but the sidewalk outside is as close as you can get to the...
So much. Well, Christmas tree sales are booming nationwide and at local farms.
Yeah, after a rough year, many are decorating earlier, spending more on real trees this year. News 8's Julie Dang visited a tree farm in Mooresville today.
Yeah, there was just a nonstop stream of customers there. Tree farmers are calling this boom a holiday miracle, one they didn't predict after seeing COVID ravage so many other business models.
Well, a Brownsburg woman has found full-time work making personal crafts out of her home. She says it was her saving grace after she quit her job of 13 years to take care of her kids at the start of the pandemic. News 8's Demi Johnson talked to her today, and Demi, her business is booming.
Yeah, so much so she's had to put orders on hold. Courtney Hoffman says personal has become more important this year since many people can't see their families for the holidays.
Well, new tonight, the CDC plans to change its recommendations on when it comes to quarantining. The agency is set to shorten the length someone should quarantine after exposure to 10 days. Officials say if you test negative after exposure, you will only need to quarantine for 7 days. That's down from the 14-day period recommended since the pandemic began.
Happening tomorrow, the deadline to apply for help paying rent from the city of Indianapolis. Applications due by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Landlords will have until next Wednesday to complete the landlord portion of the application. The program was created after the city received funds from the CARES Act. According to Mayor Hogsett's office, the program has given out more than $26 million in rental assistance so far.
Well, Governor Eric Holcomb today extended the public health emergency for another 30 days. It now runs until December 31st. The extension comes with no slowdown in sight to the rise in COVID-19 cases. Here's a look at some of the cases right now. Really grim. The state health department today reports 142 new deaths from the coronavirus. That brings the statewide death toll to 5,598. Another 5,518 people have tested positive. The state is also reporting 3,460 people hospitalized with the virus, another record high. Nearly 46% of those in the hospital are in the ICU. The state reports only about 24% of ICU beds are still available.
Well, another cold, breezy day across the state, and it's going to be another cold night tonight.
Certainly is. Tara Hastings joining us now with the forecast leading into the overnight and morning hours. Tara.
Yeah, we are going to be able to see some clear conditions. Already beginning to see the skies clear across much of central Indiana.
Tara, thank you very much. Well, better late than never. The Pacers now preparing for the upcoming season.
News 8's Olivia Ray talked with some of the players today. She joins us now with what they had to say.
Yeah, it was good to hear from them. We normally hear from them back in September. Of course, it's been delayed. We haven't heard from them since August.
Yeah.
So nice to reunite with the guys today, virtually though, of course. Good evening, Indy. The Blue and Gold are back at it today, prepping for the preseason opener, which is just 11 days away now. According to head coach Nate Bjorkgren, there are currently no limitations surrounding the team's health right now, including Pacers All-Star Victor Oladipo. In fact, following workout number 1, Oladipo said there's a different kind of feel around the building, adding that he's healthy, excited, and committed to this team. But when it came to answering questions about his long-term future here in Indy, his response wasn't as clear.
You know, that's pretty much out of my control. I'm focused on here and now. I'm committed to now. And that's essentially all that matters, is that I'm committed to being here with this team, this coaching staff, this coach. I'm here to win a championship. And whenever anything else happens after that, we'll handle it when that time comes. But right now, I'm focused on right now. And I mean, to say I don't want to be here, it's crazy because I've never said that.
All right, ahead at 11, more from Victor Oladipo and his future with the Pacers organization. Plus, you can hear from new head coach Nate Bjorkgren. I will see you at 11:20.
Lydia, thank you. From lost jobs to medical bills, many are struggling during the pandemic. How some members of Congress are working to get Americans relief.
And there you have Governor Eric Holcomb accepting his re-election victory.
And News 8 at 10 o'clock starts right now.
Live from Wish TV, this is continuing coverage of Your Vote 2020.
Right now in Your Vote 2020, the votes have been cast.
This is a right we have as a citizen. Everybody's voice is important.
The polls in Indiana now closed, the counting underway, and everyone awaiting the results.
I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling excited.
While many voters saw short wait times,
I thought if I timed it right on election day between 8 in the morning and lunchtime, I might hit a sweet spot, and I did. All of 12 minutes in and out.
others still waiting in line. This video from Madison County showing hundreds in line hours after the polls closed. But for the most part, a smooth election day.
It's really awesome to come see people vote and to know that people are out here being active and partaking in our democracy.
And good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at 10 o'clock. I'm Phil Sanchez.
And I'm Brooke Martin. Thanks for joining us for this Your Vote 2020 election special.
We have more results coming into the newsroom and crews covering the election from all angles. Sierra Hignite watching the vote counting here in Marion County. Demi Johnson is live with the Republicans.
Alexis Rogers is following the Democrats, and Dan Klein is with voters still waiting in line to cast their ballots. But first, let's get to some results. Okay, race for president here in Indiana. President Donald Trump claims victory with 62% of the vote. The 5th district includes Madison County. People there still in line to vote. That's 3 hours after the polls closed.
Kind of unbelievable. News 8's Dan Klein joining us now live from a polling location in Alexandria. Dan, what's the holdup there?
Well, the last voters have finally made it inside the building here at the fairgrounds more than 3 hours after polls closed. I said, by the way, you can actually take a look. You can see a few of them actually casting their ballots now 4 hours after the polls close. After 10 o'clock, people still casting their ballot in Madison County.
This is breaking news.
This special grand jury returned a no bill. This term means there is insufficient evidence to indict or accuse Officer DeJure Mercer of a crime.
A grand jury decides not to charge the IMPD officer involved in the shooting death of Drejon Reed. The special prosecutor assigned to the case announced the grand jury's decision this afternoon, more than 6 months after the shooting. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brooke Martin.
I'm Phil Sanchez. We're hearing tonight for the first time from Officer DeJure Mercer's legal team. A statement from his attorney says the evidence showed that he took actions consistent with his training and, more importantly, consistent with the law. He has never before faced criminal charges or any type of departmental discipline for alleged use of excessive force. Our team coverage begins tonight with News 8's Demi Johnson. And Demi, it took state police nearly half an hour to share all of the evidence that they've gathered since May. Thank you very much. With the special prosecutor in the case sharing new insight about the emotional toll of the investigation. News 8's Julia Dang here now with the details. And Julia, you were there when she announced the grand jury's decision. It was quite emotional.
Yeah, Phil, I was there, and she did allow herself to be a little bit more human than we're often used to seeing from prosecutors. But she maintains she was able to keep her own feelings out of the investigation.
Oh. We're reaching that critical point, and this is our critical point, that we really have to practice our preventative measures in order for us to avoid going back to the stay in shelter
As COVID cases go up in Marion County, new restrictions are now being put into place. Health officials say Indianapolis could reach 1,000 cases a day if precautions are not put in place. Good evening, everyone. I'm Phil Sanchez.
And I'm Brooke Martin. We have team coverage tonight on how the new restrictions will affect schools and event venues. We'll get to News 8's Demi Johnson and Dan Klein in just a moment. But first, the new restrictions will go into effect on Monday.
And under the new restrictions, all Marion County schools are required to go virtual by November 30th. School plans seem to be changing by the hour. Wayne Township will move to virtual on Monday. IPS and Lawrence Township, meanwhile, will both go virtual on Monday the 23rd. IPS officials say we will learn more about the district's plans in the next 24 hours. We'll keep you posted. Meanwhile, parents are now left scrambling to figure out what's next. News 8's Demi Johnson live with that part of our team coverage tonight. Demi?
This is breaking news.
We are following breaking news right now. Protesters are filling the streets of downtown Indianapolis calling for justice after the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis while in police custody.
Things starting to change a little, too, starting to get a little dicey, as you can see. Julia Dang out there. She's been out there for a couple of hours now. Things are certainly changing, Julia.
Yeah, Phil, I mentioned earlier, there has been an ebb and flow of emotion here. Things get heated, they calm down for a little bit, they start marching, and then just a couple minutes ago, people started throwing things, breaking glass here. We are still processing, exactly what happened. I want to show you that fire burning in this trash can behind me. Things started getting out of hand just about 10 minutes ago. You can see those broken windows.
A lot of people try to silence this, and this issue cannot be silenced anymore because silence turns into betrayal, and betrayal leads to things like this, where we are right here. This is not the case. I feel like what's really going on here is people want attention because we're not really getting the attention from just, like posting on Instagram. We want to show you our emotions. Right now, in this very moment, Black Lives Matter. And we are asking everyone, every one of you, to show support for this matter. There's clearly a problem.